Hello and welcome to our session. My name is Steve Bolger. I'm a client services representative here at Oneupweb, and with me is Leah Singer. She's one of our social media specialists, and today we're here to talk with you about Facebook opportunities for business. So I thought we'd start out with a quick survey. Show of hands, how many people right now are on Facebook? Huh? Okay, well, other than Leah, I can't really see any of your hands, but I'm assuming most of them were raised. The fact is now over half of Americans are now on Facebook, and up until about 5 years ago, if you weren't a college student, then you probably had never heard of Facebook. But now over 500 million people are on the network, and it's not just college students, it's not just young adults, it's everyone. And in fact, the fastest growing demographics on Facebook are those 35 and older. So regardless of what type of business you have, whether you're a local mom and pop or you're a large B2B, there are a lot of different types of opportunities that Facebook has to meet a lot of different types of business objectives.
Kind of the main point that we really want to talk about today is how Facebook really has become an integral channel for businesses to market, and it holds great opportunity for retention, for word of mouth, for engagement, and ultimately your bottom line. That's really what we're going to talk about today, and all those opportunities that are at your realm with Facebook.
So some of our talking points today, we'd like to briefly talk about the difference between pages, groups, and profiles. Then Lee is going to talk with you about posting as a page and using Facebook as a page, which is a relatively new feature that they've offered. Then we're going to get into Facebook advertising, talk about how you can incorporate e-commerce into your Facebook business page, talk about places, deals, and then questions, which is also relatively new, and then finally wrap it up with some Open Graph. So Facebook 101, just to chat a little bit about the difference between these three different types of accounts that you can set up. Pages are intended for businesses, brands, and public figures. And actually, if you're a business, Facebook wants you to go ahead and set up a page. It used to be that sometimes small businesses or maybe businesses, large businesses would set up a personal profile on Facebook, and many maybe still have that. And actually, Facebook rolled out a conversion, sort of quietly rolled out a profile to page conversion tool a few weeks ago, and they've had some hiccups with it, but the intent with it is that you can change a personal profile page for your business over to a business page and not lose all those friends that you had acquired as part of that. So today we'll talk about pages. We'll also discuss groups, which are intended for topic or interest-based communication. And then profiles are intended just for personal online identities within Facebook, but we'll kind of skip over that today since these are, we're talking about businesses. So starting with Facebook pages, here you're looking at a page, Oneupweb's Facebook business page, and this is our welcome tab. And there are a lot of benefits to using a page over a profile, and again, Facebook wants you to use a business page rather than a profile if you are a business. But one of those benefits is that you can create sort of a customized page. You can customize it in a lot of ways, just like a actual website. So here you're looking at what we call our welcome tab, and it's always a good idea to have a welcome tab and kind of give new users to your Facebook page an idea of what you're all about, what your company is about, what you have to offer on Facebook, and why they should like you or become a fan. As you can see along the left-hand side, there are a number of tabs that up until a couple of months ago, or actually I think in February they rolled it out, where it used to be above those tabs were above your the wall, or your wall, and now it's more left-hand navigation, and they have about 8 tabs that are sort of above the fold there. And a lot of flexibility with the types of tabs that you can create. Here's one that we created for what's called the Merge, which is our monthly newsletter. And you can see we have a couple of fields there. People can actually, right on our Facebook page, sign up to become a subscriber to the Merge. So when you're thinking about setting up a business page, beyond a welcome tab and having your default wall and info and photos tabs, kind of think about what assets you have that you might be able to sort of leverage, or what your Facebook fans might want to get out of that type of page. And it can also be a great opportunity for lead generation. So as far as pages, why are they an opportunity? Why should you be on Facebook and set up this page? There are a lot of them. It can really support branding. Again, 500 million people on Facebook. your target market is on Facebook, regardless of what that market is. So you can really support a lot of branding related objectives. You can really create and enhance customer loyalty just by engaging with customers, prospective customers as well. And those customers, your loyal customers, will become advocates, you'll find, and really come to your defense in a lot of cases and refer your brand, refer your products or services, either directly or maybe just by liking your products or participating in promotions or contests or deals, which we'll get into a little bit later on. It's a great opportunity to garner market intelligence and insight and really figure out what your most loyal customers or new customers really think about your company, your brand, your level of service. But the key is taking advantage of what you learn and not just maintaining the status quo regardless of that intelligence that you gain. It's a great opportunity to help manage reputation and enhance customer service. And we had a session, we also have a session as part of this expo on the influence of social media on SEO, and it's becoming more and more important every single day, and Facebook is a big part of that. And then lastly, Facebook can be a great opportunity to, again, garner leads, qualified leads, through both new and existing customers, and same with sales. Chatting a little bit about groups briefly. Groups are a little bit different than pages. They are more topic related. So here we're looking at a Facebook group for Michigan State alumni, and this is an open group. Groups can be either open or closed, and what happens is you have sort of an admin that creates a group, and they can determine whether or not they want to make it open to everybody or they want to make it restricted to certain members, in which case they can make sure that you are an alumni or you have some type of qualification that is in line with that group. But the benefit is you can either create a group around a certain topic and reach that particular niche market with really relevant communication and conversations, or you can participate in an existing group, and you can also advertise to groups. And it's not just B2C groups. I mean, here we're looking at a Citrix certified professionals group, and the benefit is that if you participate in this group, let's say you're a company that offers continued ed for Citrix certified professionals, training programs are offered. You can get in here, and it's important to join the conversation, not just solicit your programs or your products, but really establish yourself, your company as an authority. And again, you can advertise to these groups within Facebook, and you could target this particular group for some really hyper-targeted advertising.
What groups do you belong to on Facebook?
I belong to, I think, just Central Michigan.
Oh.
Go Chips. But it wasn't that big, so I didn't include it rather than Michigan State. So the opportunities with Facebook groups, you can, again, interest-based communication, targeted communication with your niche market. Mass messaging, you can send out emails and messages to people that are within your groups. It's also an added benefit for SEO because groups are open, and that's one type of profile that Google and the other engines can access. Membership restrictions can be a benefit, again, to make sure you're reaching the right target market. And then we chatted a little bit about how you can advertise to groups.
Okay, so moving on to posting as a page. This is a relatively new feature that Facebook rolled out, I believe in February 2011 here. And basically what it allows you to do, you can now post as a page on other pages. So for example, on the slide here, this is my profile, and you can see I highlighted the use Facebook as a page, and then what happens is a pop-up comes up and it lists all of the pages that you're an admin for. So I choose to represent myself as a certain page on Facebook, and now what I can do is actually post on different brands that are on Facebook as the brand that I represent. So what happens is it's a really nice way to interact with other brands that are on Facebook and also provide links back to your page. So there's a lot of interaction going on there, and it provides links back to your page that will hopefully increase traffic to your business on Facebook. One thing about posting as a page is you actually have to like the page with your profile in order to interact with it. So for example, Right Brain Brewery is a local brewery here in Traverse City, and in order for the pages that I admin for to interact with RightBrain, I have to like this page in order to do that. And why is it an opportunity? We are having business opportunities for Facebook here as this presentation. And the reason it's an opportunity is it can really attract Facebook users to your page. Again, a nice part about it is interacting with businesses that you either partner with or that you have some sort of relationship with, and kind of building off what they've built on Facebook and bringing those people to your page as well, and really kind of making it a nice linked package there.
So now we want to chat a little bit about Facebook advertising, and regardless again of what kind of business you have, Facebook offers some pretty good opportunities for advertising, whether you're a B2C or B2B company. And there are a lot of different ways that you can target on Facebook. And the nice thing is that these people on Facebook, when you're on Facebook, you're given Facebook your real information, whether it's your occupation, your age, your interests. So you can really get very targeted with your advertising and make sure you're getting to the right people. How you can target by someone's location, by their age, their sex. You can target by keyword, which is sort of relevant to what they're talking about on their wall and with their friends. Their relationship status. So let's say you're a wedding dress shop, and you can target people that have just recently become engaged and changed their status to that particular status. Job title, you can target by job title, and again, that can be an effective way for B2Bs to target on Facebook, by workplace, and then by college or university. Along the right, you can see some examples of Facebook ads. And one of the great opportunities also with Facebook advertising is that you can actually target friends of your fans. So if you have a business page on Facebook, you have some fans, you can target the friends of those fans. And on average, any user on Facebook has about 130 friends. So you can really get some pretty good targeted and mass messaging there with your advertising. And the benefit is that you can see right below an ad which one of your friends is like that, and it just creates a little bit more credibility with your advertising. So Facebook, this is essentially banner advertising, and you can pay per click, you can pay per impression, but it offers a level of targeting that we really haven't seen before. And Facebook advertising has been around for a while, but we've seen really good success here at Oneupweb with both our B2C and B2B clients. Where do your ads show up within Facebook? They can show up in apps, Facebook apps. They can show up in photos, groups, on Facebook business pages, users' own personal profiles, the homepage, and then mobile. There's a question mark next to that because that's actually coming soon. Right now, there are about 200 million people that use Facebook applications on their mobile devices, and right now, Facebook's making a big effort toward providing businesses with more opportunities to reach that group who will just spend their time on Facebook using their mobile device. So expect more of that to come this year in terms of mobile advertising opportunities. Briefly, at the top right, you can see sponsored stories. Those are a little bit different than just sponsored ads because what happens with sponsored stories is these get shown to users if a friend has published within your news feed that they have liked a certain brand or a company or something to do with that company. So in this case, I have some friends that have liked SportsCenter, and ESPN SportsCenter has chosen to promote what they call that sponsored story. So again, a little bit more credibility, and it's appealing and it draws my attention, and it's very targeted since I like SportsCenter. Things to keep in mind when you're setting up an ad campaign within Facebook. First of all, as with any ad campaign, make sure you have goals set up and performance metrics. At the end of 3 months, at the end of 6 months, whatever your campaign is going to be running for, what will success look like? That's the first thing that you need to determine, and then you can kind of work from there to figure out what needs to be done to get there. Again, you can target on a cost per click or a cost per impression basis with your Facebook advertising. So with your goals, with your budget, figure out which makes the most sense for you. Make sure you keep your ads simple, and actually Facebook kind of forces you to do that just because you can only have so many characters within your ad creative, your ad text. But just have a concise, clear headline, appealing ad text with strong calls to action. Use images. Don't oversaturate users with ads, because a lot of times when you get to that level of targeting, if you're targeting people in a certain location with keywords and certain job titles and ages, you're going to kind of narrow in on a very fine market. So it's important to swap out your ads quite a bit so that people don't see the same ads and get bored with it and ignore them. And then where appropriate, use custom tabs. Again, we've talked about how you can customize tabs using iframes now rather than Facebook markup language, which is something they changed just a couple of months ago. So if you have an ad campaign and you want to, rather than send people off the network, you can develop a Facebook custom tab on your business page. And what that lets you do is, again, keep those people that are on there to network with their friends and family right on there, because what we found is that there can be some hesitancy to jump from an ad off to a website. But landing pages can be effective for that reason if you want to test that out. And then lastly, lighter conversions. Again, because people are on there to network, they might not be ready to go from Facebook over to buy make a $50 purchase right on the spot. So think about what assets do we maybe have to offer? How can we maybe garner a little bit of information from this person to then nurture a lead or get them interested in a product or service, but not only force them to buy on the spot.
Okay, so another great way to advertise your business and promote your business further on Facebook is through Facebook Ecommerce, which basically means just selling your products right on Facebook. A couple of examples that we'll give you today, one of them is Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers actually uses an application by a company called 8th Bridge, which allows you to purchase the products right on Facebook. You don't even have to leave the Facebook platform. It's a really neat way to allow Facebook users to look through the products that they offer and make purchases right without leaving Facebook, which is a really neat feature, and lowers that barrier to entry, or really barrier to purchase in this instance, because you're not leaving the Facebook platform. Another example is Threadless. If you haven't heard of Threadless, they actually have a really great Facebook marketing initiative, and they're all over the place. They make really kind of bizarre and cool t-shirts. And they kind of went a different route as opposed to Brooks Brothers. As opposed to having an application where you can actually make the purchase right on Facebook, they actually go to the threadless.com site. So although they've implemented different Facebook widgets and whatnot, like the like button and what have you, they actually, when you click to buy, it takes you to the threadless.com website. And although there is a little bit of a higher barrier to entry there, or barrier to purchase, this is still another great way to showcase the products that Threadless has, and they switch out a lot of their products quite frequently so that people can see what new products they have and what's the best-selling items and whatnot. And the reason it's a huge opportunity is, again, you're able to sell your products to fans, and the rest of the Facebook network, as Steve highlighted, is over the 500 million mark. Over 500 million people are on Facebook, and it continues to grow every single day. So this is a great way to showcase your products, things that you want to highlight to the Facebook network and to your fans. So it allows you to really essentially grow your bottom line, which is what a lot of marketers and business owners would like to do. Moving on, Facebook Places. This is a really interesting and fairly new feature on Facebook, which basically allows people to use their mobile devices and check in to your business location. So this launched in August 2010 and has sort of been picking up steam. It's kind of like, if you're familiar with Foursquare, it's similar to those lines where, again, you check into different locations, and basically you're just telling where your friends and where your Facebook network, where you're at and what you're doing. So here, back at that previous slide, there was an example of what it kind of looks like on your mobile device, and you can see what it's like to check in and how it works. On the next slide, this is an example of a Facebook Place page. This is different than your Facebook page, which is what Steve was talking about earlier. A Place page highlights it includes a map of where your business location is located. It also tells business owners and people who have checked in who of their friends have checked in, and also what deals are available at that location, which is highlighted in the top right there. Aroma's Coffee and Tea is a local coffee shop here in Traverse City, and you can see that in the top right there, they offer a Facebook deal, which actually Steve will go into a little bit later.
And isn't it where, like, if you're, let's say, you're a big retailer like Walmart, you might have one business page, but you have to have individual place pages for each one of your locations.
Yep. If you have multiple, if you own a business, but there are multiple locations of that business, there will be separate place pages for each of those locations. So one of the things that you can do is claim your Facebook page, and when you claim your Facebook page, it gives you the option to give out those deals, which again Steve will highlight, but also make edits to any information that might be potentially incorrect, like the address or phone number, website, and whatnot, and you can change those so everything is correct. One thing that I would like to mention though is that you have the ability to merge your Facebook page and your Facebook place page into one entity, basically, so that you only have one Facebook entity to deal with. We don't recommend that at this time, especially if you have more than one location, because as Steve mentioned, you can only have, once you do that, it's kind of, you already brought the one location together with the one Facebook page. So at this time, we don't necessarily recommend merging those two and keeping them separate. So when you check into to a place using your mobile device for Facebook, here's an example. Maureen Michaels, who is another presenter here for the Be Relentless Virtual Expo, checked into Oneupweb, and this is actually in my newsfeed. So when people check into different locations using Facebook Places, it goes into their friend's newsfeed. So I can say, oh, hey, Maureen's at Oneupweb, or Steve's at Aromas and whatnot. I can know where they're at and potentially meet up with them, or maybe check out the place because I know that Steve went there. We're buddies. Apparently they have good coffee. We'll go there and I'll check it out. So this is an opportunity because it's an additional way to promote your business and grow your business while tracking it at the same time. Again, once you claim your Facebook place page, if you go to the next slide, you can have analytics and see how many people have checked in, what deals have been garnered from people who come into your location. So it's a great way to actually track foot traffic coming into your business.
Going along with Facebook Places is Deals, which is something that Facebook rolled out in November last year. And I'm sure your company has had some experience with deals, whether you've just read about it, like a Groupon or a Living Social, or maybe your business has actually participated in that type of deal and created something like that on a Groupon or on Facebook. So what we have here with Deals is once you claim your place page, you have an ability to create a deal and promote that deal to the local market. So there are 4 different types of deals that you can set up within Facebook. The first is an individual deal, and this is geared towards sort of a one-time offer, one-time deal. Let's say you want to offer 20% off a new product or a buy one, get one free. It can be a great opportunity to build word-of-mouth marketing around that new product. You could try to get product off the shelf if you want to get rid of inventory with these types of deals, and that's what an individual deal can do. A friend deal is a little bit different. You can target up to 8 people, and it's great for, again, word-of-mouth marketing, because what you have an ability to do is say, you get this deal if you check into the place and also tag a certain number of your friends, and it can be as few as 2 friends or as many, again, as 8. So a great way to kind of get other people into the mix and build that greater exposure within Facebook, because every time somebody claims a deal or checks into a place, again, that activity gets posted on their wall for all their friends to see. Loyalty deals are to reward your most loyal customers. So you can, as a business, you can say if you check in a certain number of times, if you check in 5 times, you get $5 off or $10 off or whatever your deal is. So it's a great way to, again, reward some of your most loyal customers. And then charity deals is an opportunity for businesses to set up deals where every time you check in, maybe they'll make a donation to a specific charity. So you check in and we'll donate $1 to this particular charity up to a certain amount. It is up to the businesses themselves to manage those donations. Facebook has a platform to let you set up the deals and promote the deals, but you have to kind of set all the donation aspect up. But it's again, it's a great way to build awareness around products and reach mobile users as well. And once you set up a deal, and by the way, all deals are subject to review by Facebook, and it typically takes up to about 2 days, 48 hours for them to review a deal. So keep that in mind when you're setting these up and looking to promote them. But once you do have your deal up and running, obviously you want to kind of get the word out about it. You can do that obviously on your website. You can do that through status updates on your business page. You can set up a Facebook ad campaign, or if you already have an ad campaign going, you could set up a specific campaign or ad groups to target and promote these deals. You can integrate with other social efforts like Twitter, make the announcement on Twitter. Same with email. I'm sure you have an email list, whether it's to your existing customers or however you get your email list, you could push out a blast announcing the deal. And then any offline advertising. Since again, these deals are geared toward a local market, you could promote it in your store, on your storefront, whatever type of offline local advertising that you might have going. The benefit is, of course, word of mouth marketing. Again, every time somebody claims a deal, it gets published to their wall, so it's a great opportunity to build that word of mouth marketing, reach mobile users that are in the buying mode. And again, 200 million people use Facebook mobile apps. And so if they're cruising around looking for a restaurant on a Saturday night around 6, and your restaurant is in the area and you're offering a deal, they'll see that deal. So it's a great opportunity to get to these people that are mobile people that are usually in buying mode, ready to make a purchase. Obviously, you can increase foot traffic into your store, increase and reward customer loyalty, and then garner new customers.
Okay. Facebook questions. This is a relatively new, well, I don't want to say new. It actually launched in July 2010, but it really had a huge makeover just recently in March 2011, just last month. Facebook questions is really cool. I love using it personally. I love seeing what Facebook businesses post and what questions they're asking. And a couple of examples here. Pure Michigan is an ad campaign for the state of Michigan promoting tourism and people coming to Michigan enjoying all the great things that we have to offer. And they asked a unique question, basically asking Michiganders and other people what their favorite Michigan product is. So they have Kellogg's cereal, they have Verner's, they have Faygo Pop. So it's interesting to see what people really like about Michigan products and which one is their favorite one. This is great feedback for the state of Michigan, for Pure Michigan, just to not only engage with people who are fans of this particular brand on Facebook, but also just to see what their favorite products are. So it's kind of a neat way to get feedback and learn more about who their fan base is and what they like. Another example is Gap. Gap asked a question about their certain products and whatnot, and so it's a great way, again, for them to not only see clearly, visually what their favorite products and different types of things that they offer are, but also there's a comment section too where they can read and see what people are saying about those products and about their brand. One example here, I am a huge fan of the game called Settlers of Catan, and this question was actually really beneficial to me, and I wanted to include it in here because this actually answered a question of mine. So the game Settlers of Catan is very much, if you're not familiar, kind of like Risk and Monopoly in a way. It's really fun and a great time, and so they actually offer expansion packs where you can actually make the board bigger and more people can play. Huh. I'm kind of showing my geekery here, but all of these, there's various expansion packs, and they have different themes, and I wanted to purchase one, but I wasn't really sure which one to get. And seriously, that day, Settlers of Catan asked this question, and sure enough, it seems that Cities and Nights expansion pack blew the other ones out of the water, although the other ones are very well loved. This one seemed to be really the most popular, and people had a lot of really great things to say about it. So basically with that, I knew right away that the first expansion pack that I was going to buy was Cities and Nights, just because it really seems quite popular and people had nothing but good things to say about it.
Did you get it?
I haven't yet, but I will.
Okay.
I will. Have you played Settlers of Catan?
No, I've seen it played. Sometimes they play here.
On game day.
So the board can just get...
It can get bigger so that more people can play, because you only have 4 players, but you can actually make it bigger so that more people can play.
I did not know
On the next slide here, you'll see that, again, there's an option to ask your friends this particular question. So I went ahead and asked my friends who, a lot of them also play Settlers of Catan, to see what they thought of this question. And I also am able to provide my feedback to the companies so that they basically can hear what I have to say if they're interested. So it's kind of a really neat feature to learn, if you're a business, to learn more about your fan base and also really get great and genuine feedback from people.
And Facebook users, can't they, I see there, with all these examples, there are 3 options, but you can actually, if Faygo Verners or Kellogg's wasn't one of their favorite products, you can add your own answers.
You can add that in there. Yep, exactly. So it's not just limited to a certain number. Unless you make it that way, you can actually fill in other answers, if you will, that aren't already on there. So it's kind of a great way to do it. And again, a great opportunity for Facebook businesses. It's an opportunity because you get great feedback and also visibility, because each time that you answer a question, it goes into their friends' newsfeed. So when I made a comment about the Settlers of Catan page, and when my friends actually answered the question that I asked them, it went into my newsfeed, and so it just continues to grow, and you get more visibility that way. So questions is a great feature to use.
All right, getting into Open Graph here. Open Graph is something that Facebook rolled out. It's been about a year, and it's something that they offer to developers, site developers and webmasters, to sort of create this social, personalized experience on their website. So how it works is there are a number of Facebook plugins that you can use, like a comments box, an activity feed, basically showing what's kind of happening on your Facebook page, but doing it on your website. The most common plugin is the like button. I'm sure most of you watching this presentation have a like button or have thought about putting a like button on your website. So what Open Graph does is it not only, when somebody likes your page from your website, it not only sends that information to Facebook, but through a little bit more code that you install on your website, you can also get information from Facebook. So once a user on your website has shown interest in certain products, or maybe if they're logged into Facebook when they visit your website, maybe their friends have already been to your website and they've shown interest in some of your products, then you can create a personalized experience and say, hey, your friend Jim over here, he likes this particular product too, and it creates a more engaging, personalized experience that can help build credibility. So what it looks like is, here we have an example of IMDb, which uses Facebook Open Graph, and I have The Big Lebowski pulled up. The Dude, I love that movie. So if I go on there and I like this page right within IMDb, and I'm logged into, again, Facebook, I can do that right from IMDb, and what happens is instantaneously on my Facebook wall, all of a sudden it shows that I liked The Big Lebowski. It has a link over back to imdb.com, and now all of a sudden IMDb and The Big Lebowski are going to show up in my interests under my profile if somebody's kind of scoping me out and seeing what I like. And also you can see below that on the bottom right there's a search box, and now that I've liked The Big Lebowski over on IMDb, if I'm on Facebook and I do a search and I'm looking for that movie again, it's been a while, that link that I've actually liked will show up ahead of any pages or groups or profiles relating to the topic. So again, it offers a great opportunity to have more engagement on your website, create a more personalized experience on your website, increase time on your website, and an added benefit is that you can actually target people that have liked your products or liked your website through advertising. So you can say, I want to just target people that have liked this particular product, and whether it's some type of follow-up or related product that you want to sell, you want to upsell them on something related to that product that they've liked. So really great targeted advertising options if you integrate Facebook Open Graph on your website. And then finally, word of mouth marketing has been a common theme throughout this presentation. Just a lot of opportunity to build awareness if you integrate Open Graph, just because of the way that this integration works and all these things that get posted immediately to people's walls and all the exposure that it builds. So wrapping up here today, we talked about the difference between pages, groups, and profiles, and We also talked about how you can now post as a page rather than just as an admin or a person. We discussed Facebook advertising opportunities and things that you really need to keep in mind when you set up that type of campaign. E-commerce is a great way to sell products directly from Facebook. Places and deals, relatively new. If you're a local business, you should definitely take advantage of those opportunities. Questions, as Leah talked about, a great way to kind of get some good feedback from your customers and again build word of mouth advertising. And then finally, Open Graph and integrating all that you do and all this effort on Facebook, bring it over to your website and integrate that even more.
Again, the main idea that we really wanted to instill with you folks during this presentation is that Facebook has become an integral part for business marketing and holds a great opportunity for retention, word of mouth, engagement, and the bottom line. So really, with all of the options that we discussed today, really hope that you take advantage of some of the opportunities that Facebook holds for your business, and that's that.
All right. And then lastly, we have a chart. Yep. This is actually about a year old, this chart, but what it shows is that Facebook has actually surpassed Google as the most heavily trafficked website out there. By far, more time is spent on Facebook than any other website out there. So your business needs to be there, and I'm sure you're there already, or a lot of you already are with your businesses and have a presence there. But hopefully today we kind of showed you some different things to take advantage of, and it's all about figuring out what's most appropriate for your business. So appreciate your time and hope it was beneficial.